All right, so we've spent a lot of time talking about familial, and in the first episode on this channel, I talked about kind of a three-step tier. I said it was the media we were going to start with, then we were going to go into a clothing line, and then we were going to build the software, so the web application and the mobile application. I ended up switching up the order a little bit. It's been familial media, which you're seeing here, and then I went ahead and actually developed the web application, soon to be mobile application called Familial. And this has been a whole brand that I've been working on and a really big concept to me. And I just wanted to take the time to kind of walk you guys through it. Today, I have a big presentation at 7 o'clock where I'll be running this concept through some investors. So I figured I'd kind of use this as a time to get you up to speed on the platform and also utilize this for practice. So Familial really is a privatized social media platform, and the key is to define the issues that we see in present day. And what we're seeing is a weird conundrum where we have the most capability to be connected to our friends and family, yet it's almost too much connectivity that has been abused by social media platforms, and it's just become media rather than social media. And that's how I would define the problem. Right now, if you were to log on to Instagram, are you connecting with your close family and friends? Are you staying in the loop? Are you seeing the things that matter to you? And it's something that I struggled with. And I'm sure it's a majority of people now, they're just doom scrolling. And I found myself doing that. And I was like, I don't want my kids doing this. And I also know that if it's a problem for me, even if it's minor, then there's someone who does it chronically, right? So I wanted to create a platform that is strictly social. It's about social connectivity. It's not about media, right? So it's a privatized social platform, and we're trying to get away from the social media verbiage. But if you were to categorize it, that's what it is. So I've gone ahead and I've populated this, what I'm about to show you, with demo data, and I'll show you guys here. So we'll walk through. Typically when you load in, it'll take you to this circles page. This is where you can create a circle and add members of your family, members of your close friends. When you do so, you can invite them via an invite code, or you can invite them via email. So kind of got options there. I would say the invite code is typically for younger people, and email typically works better for older people, just in my experience in rolling out this beta. And when you come over here to the feed section, this is really where the family is going to interact. So this is a live feed of just your family going back and forth. It's dated. You can like people's posts. You can upload images. This is demo data, so it didn't populate with any images. But I went ahead and added one here so you could visualize it. Look at how high Mooney jumped here. This is at my wedding. Mooney's a great friend of mine. He was a groomsman, and he's been helping me out a lot with this platform. So you can upload images, you can upload videos, voice notes, especially that to me is pretty important. And you can edit. Basically, you have all the functionality that you typically would on any other social media platform. And again, it's just a live feed, and what pops up on the top of your feed is the latest post. There is no recommended content. There is no algorithm that's being run here. It's whatever your family posts is what you'll see. And that to me was very important, because even on Instagram, you could change your algorithm, or you could adjust what you see to just be your family and friends. and then it would change back your next session. I didn't like that. So this is what we're doing. This is how we're getting ahead of that. Cool feature is the fridge. So the fridge is where you can pin content. This is like, think about it like let's say you move out of state for college and you want to connect with your family. For me, that fridge aspect is like always how I visualize it. My family, we didn't really utilize the fridge as a way of communicating or documenting important things coming up. But for me, that is something that I've always valued, like going over to my buddies' houses and you see the fridge filled or upcoming save the dates. When I moved out, I remember I would pin stuff on my fridge. And the worst part about a fridge is it's not shared with anyone else. It's also the best part. But I wanted something to have that familial nature. You know, it's always very reassuring. And you can tell that a family unit is kind of cohesive if they leverage a fridge and utilize the calendar, things of that nature. So this is the fridge. You can pin content. You can view content. This is me with my wife and I's dog, Bo. This is my stepdad and my mom and I. So, and right here is, again, this populated data. So spring break dates, things of that nature, you can, highlight on the fridge. Now, for events, this is just a generic calendar function. You can take a view at events coming up, also past events. The past events to me is a important feature that I'll get into right after I highlight. There's an RSVP function. So if you mark you're going, anyone who marks as themselves going will pop up here. And even if they mark that they can't go, you'll get a list of the people that can't go. And maybes as well. So past events is important for me because I always scroll through my camera roll and it's such a pain to locate photos from certain events. And I know I could create a photo album there, but even then, scrolling through is it's a pain for me. I don't know if anyone else experiences that. I'm sure people do. So what we've done is we've actually created a linkage from events to photo albums. So there's a section right here called photo albums. I put in random photos. But if you're in the event section and you're in a past or even upcoming event, you can actually hit this photo album that's linked to it and it'll take you here. So pretty cool feature. Honestly, that one really excited me when creating that. And I see the value for me and my family. And that at the end of the day is really what I was basing this on. And I'm excited to launch this and refine as time goes on. But right here, this is a look at a photo album. When you open it, you can set the cover to any image you want. So this right here is, that feature. You can drag and drop from your browser, which is an important feature, up to 100 images at once. And you can also manually add photos if you prefer. And then a huge feature, especially for older people, because you're not going to want to go through this album on a web app and manually hit everything. I added the feature of download all, and it will download as a zip file. You can unzip it and put it in your camera roll or save it to your computer. So that to me is another big feature. And let's move on to messages. So messages, this is just a generic messaging platform. You can message to group chats specifically, and you can message to individuals. So this is the overall basis of the platform. What I showed you is actually strictly within this test circle, right? So it's privatized. There's no way other people can get in unless you give them that invite code or unless you, invite them. So everything is private to you and your family. Now, what's not private to you and your family is the profile page. This is private to all circles that you are involved in. So let's say you're in one family and a close friend circle, your family and close friends can view your personal profile. And this is where you can, put important content or things that you would post on Instagram. And you could just document it here. So that's the Familial platform. There's going to be major updates coming to this as time goes on. Right now, we're kind of in this beta phase, I would say, or close friends and family phase. But if you're seeing this, we're still young, so feel free, go to the platform, test it out. And I'm going to be recording some demo videos explaining how to do certain tasks and populate your circles and create circles. So I appreciate you for sticking around and watching this. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope it makes sense and is enticing. I would love feedback on this and love your perspective. So thank you.